Ooh. Today I thought I'd take some time to clean my cast iron pans. One of these has been sitting in a garage, completely abused, misused, treated, left behind. I mean, you can see that rust there. It's despicable. We're gonna start with that one, and this one's kind of our daily driver. Could just use some TLC, you know, a little shot of that, a little shot of the cast iron. Huh? We're gonna start working on these. I've been searching the internet for tried and true methods when it comes to, you know, how to do this, cleaning cast iron. We're gonna start off with a little bit of salt on this one. A little bit of salt, kosher salt, coarse. We're gonna put a good amount in there. We're gonna use this towel. We're kind of just gonna scrub at that rust spot. This is kind of gonna be our first line of defense when it comes to battling this. You definitely want to use a coarse. You definitely want to use a coarse kosher. Can't even talk. You want to use a coarse kosher salt is what you want to use. Jeez, should have brewed a cup of coffee. And then once your coarse salt isn't so coarse anymore from the scrubbing, and kind of turns a little bit that rust color, right? Then you can discard it, pour in some fresh salt, pour in another little bit, just a little bit of that salt. Work it into the pan. We'll toss that. We'll give this a rinse. Good rinse, dry it off real good. And you can see it's kind of taken down a little bit of that rust, as well as some of the old finish. Our next course of action is we're going to take a little bit of vinegar. And we have some 0000 steel wool. And we're just gonna do some circular motions real lightly. And you can't see it, but I can. And I'll try to show you here in a second. But I've taken down a lot of the finish just doing that, but it's virtually rust free. And then our next little course of action, we're gonna get a bowl. Gonna fill it up with some soapy water. I know, soap! It's a crazy concept. But we're not using much. A little dab will do ya. We kind of just want to clean this off. Get any ickies. I mean, this thing's been sitting in the garage for a couple years now. So a little soapy water. And then we'll give it a rinse under the faucet. Full rinse. After our rinse, we're gonna dry this thing bone dry. How we looking? It's about as good as it's gonna get. And then with this one, we're gonna take just a little bit of vinegar, just a little bit. Like not even a measurable amount. Just kind of disinfect that mother trucker, right? So we had our oven preheating, 350 degrees. Once we get these cleaned out, stick them in the oven, 350 for about an hour. See what we're working with. That one, it's not bad. It's in pretty good shape. Take a little bit of that soapy water. Just Dawn dish soap, you know, it's nothing crazy. Not as corrosive as it used to be back when Grandma and Grandpa were running the show. And then get the rinse going. All right, so we got our dry skilly boys, the dried skillets. Cast iron, baby. It's the wave of the future. We'll set this pan down for oiling purposes. Start with this one. I'm gonna just use vegetable oil. You wanna know the crazy thing about vegetable oil? Is it's actually just soybean oil. We're gonna do a little dab. More paper towels. Don't be surprised if you ever use a full roll of paper towels. We're gonna coat the inside of this. All surfaces, all edges, all crevices, all cracks. Flip it over. Once you got your preliminary layer down, they're gonna go back over it again. Wipe off some excess. We're gonna put this shit upside down in the oven. For an hour. Same story with this one. Little dab will do ya. Get one of these shiny, freshly lubed cast iron pans. Take this one, stick it in the oven, upside down, 1 hour. And now we wait. We'll check back in 1 hour. We'll see what they're looking like. Realistically, it's gonna be longer than an hour because we wanna turn off the oven after an hour and let them cool down to be able to touch with our hands again, room temp, whatever you wanna call it. So realistically, it could be an hour, hour and a half. You know, so we're just gonna hang out and watch movies, wait for the kids to get home from school. But that's basically the rundown on kind of restoring cast iron skillets. There's probably 1,000,001 videos out there on how to do it, but I figured I'd just take some time today in the afternoon. Beautiful day, figured we'd do it, figured we'd get it done. I decided that we're gonna make a quick cucumber salad, because sometimes you just gotta make cucumber salad. I mean, there's really no real justification that you need to have to do this. But I'm kind of hungry. I got some cucumbers, these little ones, right? So I'm gonna show you how to make cucumber salad. If you haven't already seen the multitude of videos, you know, people out there putting them in deli containers, shaking them around. That's cool and all. I don't, that's not me, that's not my style. So we're just gonna get some medallions going, because it doesn't have to be anything exquisite. You don't need a mandolin. You need a bowl and some cucumbers and some pantry essentials. This bowl is also just overkill. Huge bowl. Then we're gonna take, this is what Joe likes to do. get a little sriracha, right? We're gonna use a little bit of ginger. I'm gonna use everyone's most hated ingredient that's ever existed, and we're gonna use some garlic. Is that against the rules? To some it may be controversial, most controversial video on the internet. We need, where's my stuff? We got some rice vinegar here. Absolutely cannot find my soy sauce. Right. Spoon. Need a good spoon. Let's start with the garlic. I like to do, right, about half of one of those. A little dash rice vinegar. We're gonna go, some might call this a teaspoon. Let's say what? 6 teaspoons soy sauce. The bowl's too big. I like to put a little sriracha in mine. Give it a little pizzazz. Right? We got our ginger. Just shave down the sides here. Kind of clean it up. It's been sitting in the fridge just probably fucking dying on me. Microplane. Little ginger. It's not gonna hurt ya. See what we're working with here? What am I missing? What am I missing? See what the internet has to say. We're not missing anything, but we are. Secret's out. Some people might put a little sugar in there. I'm not gonna put any sugar. I don't want it sweet, you know? I want it bitter. I want it bitter, spicy, you know? I want it to have some character. We're going in with the green onion scallion. We're gonna cut it with scissors because I can do that. It's very nice. We're gonna go all the way down. Just till it gets to the white part, right? What we need is some of that sesame seed. I don't like to skimp on that. I like a lot of sesame seeds. It's good, it's got iron. It's good for you. It's got iron. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna mix that up. I'm coming up with an idea here. We got this little thing. You know, it's a nice little dish. Check this dish out. You ever seen something like this? It's been with the family for a while, right? Nice little dish. And then we're gonna get a rubber spatula, a little one. We're gonna get this in here. So, pardon my mess here. There's that money going down the drain, but we got our little cucumber salad. We zoom in on that. That's fire. Oh, you know what I was missing? And we're past that point. I'm over it, but I guess it can be optional. Sesame oil. I don't know how I messed that up. Maybe because I going off the dome, right? But it's still fire. So we got about 30 minutes left on those cast irons plus cool down time. And now we're just gonna chill. And hopefully they turn out great. Cast irons are out of the oven. They look decent. Before I just let these sit on the counter or on the stovetop for the next couple of days before they get used again. I'm gonna give them a splash of oil. Make sure my mic's on. I'm gonna give them a nice layer of oil, especially on this cooking area. I've definitely heard that you can, when you get into seasoning these things in the oven, you can go up to 6 times in a row. You can also go to higher temperatures, 500 degrees, and really just blast on that oil, give it that polymerization. Can't say it. Polymerization. I can't say it. Look it up. Polymerization. Shit, I'm not a scientist. So, for the most part, I think these pans will do just good. I do think that on a rainy day, I will be seasoning these again. Probably no need to deep clean them. I think that they will do just fine. We got some pans, baby. Drop a comment, let me know what you think. I made this video with the fact that it could possibly be very controversial. Argue in the comments, I don't care, just as long as you're there. And I'll probably be sitting here wiping these down for the next 20 minutes. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. We'll catch you next time. Yeah, these things are fucking good.